Hello, FJL World. In the current pandemic, many questions have come up regarding hotel or apartment rental cancellations. Some cases are dealing with where a person had given a down payment and they couldn't move in, they couldn't take that apartment, or a deposit and cancellation of the reservation. Other cases is a refund or a prepayment. Some cases people rented an unspecified room from a hotel, or in other cases a specific apartment in a specific building. The question is, what direction would Jewish law help us navigate some of these challenging issues? Well, first of all, the general rule is if there's a contract, we have to follow the points that are in that contract. So they're explicit stipulations. Those are binding. If the government has special regulations because of the pandemic, those are also binding, either because we have to follow the law of the land, dina de machuta dina, or because somebody who buys a ticket does so with that understanding, since the industry, in the case of an airline, for example, the industry is regulated. So let's look at three cases that might help us unlock some of the direction for some of these questions. Case number one is a case from Tractate Baba Metzia, page 76. It involves a person who hired workers for a specific job, let's say on the field. The workers show up, they can't do their job because the rain came and the field is completely flooded. If the employer had no reason to expect this circumstance any more than the workers, so neither side is at fault, and the employer doesn't have to pay the workers because of uncontrollable circumstances. He's in possession of the money, he has that right. So commentaries extrapolate and take this case to a person who rented a house, but that person died, or they ran away during the year of the rental. And the question was, or a person hires a tutor to come and tutor their children, and that child, God forbid, falls ill. In those cases, the person doesn't have to pay. If he had prepaid, then the person, the tutor or the landlord, would be allowed to keep the money. Case number two also comes from Baba Metzia, page 79, and the discussion there involves a person who hired a ship to carry cargo, but on the way that the ship was going to bring the cargo, the ship sank. So whichever party can still uphold the commitment has the upper hand. So for example, if the agreement was specified the ship but not the cargo, then the shipper has to refund any payment, since the renter can provide more cargo but the ship can't provide the same ship. If it was vice versa, where the person who rented the cargo specified the cargo, then that cargo obviously can't be replaced. He's going to have the upper hand. The ship can be replaced, and then if both the ship and the cargo were specified, whoever holds the money, and that's a key here, whoever holds the money retains it, since no one can uphold the agreement. Neither was specified, but the parties are not interested in shipping other cargo, then they split the rental fee. The third case involves a person who rented a field for a fixed amount of the yield, but the crop had a plague. There was a plague in the land. There was locusts, or the crop withered because it was very hot weather. If the plague was widespread, which is called a makata medina, something that covers the whole country, the renter is entitled to reduction in the amount of the produce that he owes. So the commentaries apply this to the case of a rented house that was destroyed in a widespread fire, for example. So even if the renter had already paid, he's entitled to a refund because of this widespread crisis that happened. And these different cases would all perhaps be part of the conversation of what we would do in some of these questions about cancellation.